Hi Annabelle, I wasn't recording the first time, so ignore what I already have on my hand. But for this, you're going to need these 4 colors of skinny markers. You're also going to need a red fat marker. Let me go get that. I just knocked the thing. There we go. Red fat marker. It's tiny, but it will work. You need one of these. And then you also need a white glue stick. Purple doesn't work. You also need these 3 colors of pens, and if you don't have a black pen, gray pens work too. So step 1, you put glue on a plastic bag. You're also going to need a plastic bag and paper towels. Step 1, you're going to want to mix the ink from a marker into some glue on a plastic bag. But paper, and don't do paper, because paper takes all of the, it colors it onto the paper, and then it's not going to work as well. So, fat marker for that. I used a skinny marker last time, so it didn't work as well. But, I had to wash it off because it wasn't recording. So mix that in until you have like this velvety thing, color-ish creation. Wipe this off with paper towels. Mark thing. You're also going to need a mechanical pencil. Normal pencil doesn't work. Mechanical one. So use the red pen to draw whatever shape you want it to be, and make sure it's fully colored in. Just gotta do that because I washed it off so that I can start over and show you, but I shouldn't. Okay. Then, after you're done with that, add darker spots like in the middle with the blue, because that's going to be the deepest part of the cut. You're going to want to add other spots around it with the blue, and then add a little bit of black in the middle, because that's going to be a deepest spot. Not a lot though, just a little bit. If you add too much, you're going to end up going insane because your wound is too dark, and it's just going to look like a burn. So shave the top of your glue stick with your mechanical pencil to get a little glob like this. And then do that and spread it around like this. And since this video is in real time and I can't edit it because I made the mistake of recording this in messages, you're going to have just enough time with probably out having to pause it. And if you do a smaller cut than I am, you're definitely going to have enough time because mine's way bigger, and we're probably going to get it done in the same amount of time. I'm going to take this out of frame real quick so I can do this. Don't teach your sisters how to do this. Please don't teach your sisters how to do this. Don't mind the phone in the background either. My mom is getting a work call. That thing is connected to a work phone for some reason. It's an antique phone, and we don't even know how it got connected to her number in the first place. It also rings at 2 in the morning for some reason. Anyway, the glue is going to pick up pigment from the pen, which is why you want to layer it down with pen to start. And also that gives you guidelines for where you're going to put everything later. Okay. So after you've gotten that completely laid out and it kind of feels like soft butter, don't touch it with your fingers though, because then you're gonna have to redo that spot, and that's annoying. Okay, so after you've done that, clear the stuff off the top of your lid right here. and make a staple. It's literally a piece of this. Then after you've made the staple, place it on. That one's a bit too small. Let me make it bigger. This one's gonna go over here. Remember to improvise, because pencil lead isn't the easiest stuff to get. Oh, thank God it's recording this time. It's been like 5.5 minutes so far. Okay. This might take a while, but you're just going to place staples where, if this happened to you and you for some reason decided to staple it, you're going to staple it. So, that's what it looks like so far, if you can see it. Then just keep doing that till you're happy with the staples. And make them look realistic too. They're not all going to be the same size, definitely, but that's okay. Perfect. After you've done that, you're going to take the glue that we made in the beginning, remix that so that, just mix it up a little bit. Then you're going to take small pieces of it. No, that's too big. Smaller pieces of it and put it at the end of each staple. There's a piece of hair on it. After you've put at the end of each staple, you're going to spread it out and just kind of make it look like an awkward scab. It's gonna get fixed later, don't worry. It doesn't look realistic at all right now. And take bigger pieces for bigger staples. Because you want to cover a decent amount of the staple, like how much I'm doing. I don't know if that's like a 12th fraction or something. I don't know. I didn't like this staple. Leave, staple. Why are you still here? Leave. Okay, it's gone. After you've done this, and you saw Isa's reaction, you might not want to show her this. You gotta just keep doing that to the end of every single fake staple that you put on there. Every single one, both ends. Because when you put staples on your skin, or put staples in your skin, there's a flies right there. I thought it was a spider. But staples will make your cut even worse. So don't ever actually staple a cut closed. But I'm folding on a screen. We're gonna move this way a bit so I can sit comfortably. But don't actually staple your wounds, but a staple because it will make it worse. Go to the hospital if this ever happens to you. And if it ever happens to you, once you got stitches on it, text me how, because it's probably going to be in some stupid way. Because most cuts like this are either while cutting vegetables, mainly carrots, or just other random crazy things. Okay. Then I just have 2 more to do, so it won't be too much longer. Oh wow, it's been 10 minutes already. Okay, this is taking way longer than expected. By the way, this is like nail polish. You have to wait for it to dry in order for you to like do stuff. Except you can still do stuff while it's drying because there's going to be like marker on top of it and stuff. But as you can see, it's fading into being more realistic. From this point forward, don't go get stuff yourself. Ask your parents to go get it for you. And if Lucy, Laura, and Brayden try to annoy you, you have a pen. Stab them with it. By the way, this is going to be a little bit itchy, and because of the pencil lead, it's going to be even more itchy. So, if it's itchy, that's normal. I'm just gonna then also use this to straighten out the edges of everything and make them more pointy. And then you're also going to want to take very small pieces and just put them on different sections to look like blood splatter. And then, once after you've got it where you want it, some of them pat it out to kind of look like it's blush and that's turning, and that it looks kind of like it's getting infected. Then I messed up right there, so I gotta go back and do that. Perfect. Looking more realistic now. Definitely doesn't look like blood, but it's looking more realistic. So, take your fat marker and just pat everything down with red. Then you can also use the tip to edit the flow of glue. I don't know if that's the right word, but for some reason, Crayola markers are really good at making fake blood. Got some on my skin right there. Okay. Almost done. Then throughout this process, you're going to get glue on all the staples, which is a good thing. That's what makes it look realistic. I should have just reversed it while I was taking off that other one. God. Anyway, we're gonna ignore the mistakes we made in the past. Okay. Now, round marker. Put that in just random areas. It really does not matter. It just makes it look more realistic. Then use this to blend it into the glue. Then do the same thing with the blue marker. Okay. Okay, now you have a little bit left of this. You probably have some left of this glue. You hopefully have some left of this glue, because or else you have to do this again. And go over areas where they don't have a lot of glue with it. Okay. And if you're using alcohol-based markers instead of Crayola markers, I forgot to tell you this in the beginning. I'm so sorry. It's 15 minutes in. Those will look a little bit less realistic in the end because they don't bleed as much. So if you are using alcohol-based markers, which include Copics and Prismacolor, you might want to see if you have any Crayola markers, or at least water-based markers. Because the water-based ones make it look super realistic. Then use more red marker to mix it into the glue. Okay, already looking somewhat realistic. Not very much, but somewhat. It actually looks a lot cooler from inside the camera. But go on the outsides with red pen where you think it's needed. You can also add and make it more pointy with the red pen. But then you're going to have to put more glue on it. I keep falling out of frame, I'm so sorry. But then for longer points that you've done and for thicker points that you've done, you're going to need more glue on it. Because or else you can see the cracks of your skin. And then unless you put on so much lotion that your hands are literally as smooth as as a plastic, which when it's being stretched out like this, like that, it's going to be almost impossible to make it look good. And then text me back a picture of what yours ends up looking like. And then repeat this process until it looks realistic. Then don't be afraid to use a little bit of water to fix it. Or don't be afraid to take the glue from other areas, like I just did on accident, to make bruising. You're going to need to wash your hands afterwards, or at least your fingers. So, and there's a freaking glue string. There we go. Sorry I paused for a second. My brother walked in. Then after you've done this, use your pencil to clear where there's too much glue on top of the staples. Perfect. Then you can take other glue, spread it out evenly like this with your finger. Go both ways. Wait for that to dry and use this to just splat it all over the place. Then this is still too bright to be blood. So let me wipe off my hand real quick. You're going to need gray. That's where the gray comes in. The gray makes it look realistic. So as you see, we have used everything here, except for this guy. This guy's useless. Unless that's all the glue you have, then he's good. But put that just almost everywhere to make it look more realistic. Okay, and then brown marker, not blue marker. Add more depth to everything. And it's drying. Red. God, it's been 20 minutes. But perfect. Now you have fake cut. And then add more color if you need it. I'm gonna put some right there. Tappy, tappy, tappy. Red pen to even out the edges. After you've done that, take just a small piece of glue from here so that you can't see the skin underneath anything. Then perfect, fake cut.